Manchester United will be aiming to return to winning ways when they host Brentford in the Premier League this afternoon. The Red Devils have had a dreadful start to the campaign with 6 defeats in their opening 10 games in all competitions. 4 of those losses have come in the top flight, including a 1-0 defeat to Crystal Palace at Old Trafford last weekend. Erik ten Hag will want a strong response from his players when they welcome the Bees to the Theatre of Dreams today. Andre Onana came under fire in midweek after a poor showing against Galatasaray, but Ten Hag has fully backed him to respond. The Cameroonian is expected to start between the sticks against Thomas Frank's side. No changes are likely in defense. Diogo Dalot and Sofiane Amrabat are expected to start in the fullback positions. Sergio Reguilon was back in team training yesterday, but the 26-year-old has been ruled out of the Bees game. Raphael Varane and Victor Lindelof are likely to continue as the central defensive pairing. Lisandro Martinez is on the sidelines for the long term with a foot surgery. Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans could feature off the bench. In midfield, Ten Hag has his best combination available to him. Casemiro is an assured starter from the number 6 role, and he looks set to be partnered by Mason Mount, who has looked lively since his return from a hamstring issue. Further forward, we anticipate one change from Tuesday's loss versus Galatasaray. Ten Hag has confirmed that Antony is ready to start and he should replace Hannibal Mejbri. The €60 million rated star should start in his preferred right-wing role. This obviously means that Bruno Fernandes will return to his customary number 10 position. Marcus Rashford, who received plenty of support from Ten Hag in the pre-match presser, is expected to start on the left wing with Rasmus Højlund up front. Erik ten Hag backs Manchester United star Marcus Rashford to recapture scoring form. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has backed Marcus Rashford to recapture his scoring form. The England international was the Red Devils' standout performer in the previous campaign with 30 goals and 11 assists from 56 appearances in all competitions. However, he has struggled to find the same consistency this term. In his 9 outings, the club graduate has contributed 3 assists but has scored a solitary goal. Speaking ahead of the Brentford game tomorrow, Ten Hag said everyone knows the qualities of Rashford. He added that he is going through a rough patch, but this will soon pass. The 25-year-old was the backbone behind United's fantastic season under Ten Hag. His form was exemplary after the World Cup and he was compared with some of the world's best forwards. However, he has failed to replicate the performances in the current campaign. On multiple occasions, he has been guilty of losing possession, trying to beat an opposition defender. Rashford is currently short in confidence in the final third, but as Ten Hag said, it may not take long for a player of his ability to turn around his season. Hopefully, this will happen tomorrow. The Red Devils have started poorly with 6 defeats in the opening 10 games, with 4 of those in the top flight. They need to return to winning ways versus Brentford before the international break. Erik ten Hag urges Manchester United players to fight their way out of bad run. Erik ten Hag accepts Manchester United are in a bad place, but he stresses managing the Reds is not an impossible job. The former Ajax boss has urged his players to fight their way out of their current bad run. The Dutchman is doing all he can to get United back to winning ways, and in doing so his aim is to get us back to winning Premier League titles. That won't be achievable this season. In turn, Ten Hag was asked whether he had an impossible job at Old Trafford. The defeat on Tuesday night means United have now lost 6 of their 10 games so far this season. That's a miserable start, but in facing Brentford we know they've only managed 1 win in the league since it began in August. Erik ten Hag confirms Manchester United winger remains unavailable against Brentford. According to Fabrizio Romano's latest tweet on X, Erik ten Hag has confirmed that Jadon Sancho will once again not feature for Manchester United. Sancho remains unavailable and will not be a part of the squad. Sancho and ten Hag's situation is now taking a serious toll. This might lead to Sancho leaving the club and joining his former club Borussia Dortmund in the upcoming transfer window. A player like Sancho deserves game time, but his behavior with the boss certainly raises questions about his attitude. Ten Hag has given Sancho a very long rope at Man United, but he has now pulled it away. The Dutch manager seems to have had enough, and it seems like there is no coming back for the Englishman. Since ten Hag banished him from the first-team environment, his situation at Man United hasn't improved. Since the 23-year-old shows no sign of wanting to apologize to his manager or teammates, there seems to be absolutely no way back. Ten Hag's club has struggled recently both domestically and in Europe due to injuries and other poor form, and the team has lacked consistency. It's true that we have not been able to find even a bit of momentum this season. Marcus Rashford, who was in excellent form last year, seems to be struggling. Rasmus Højlund is the only one scoring for the team. At this point, there are so many instances where the Red Devils look toothless in attack. Losing Sancho would be devastating for the team. Let's hope that this scenario changes and things return to normal. That would be fantastic because United need an offensive spark, and the former Borussia player can deliver it. Manchester United legend offers scathing assessment of the club's hierarchy. Manchester United legend Gary Neville calls the club a graveyard for the managers and the players. Manchester United legend Gary Neville told TalkSport that the club is a graveyard for footballing and managerial careers. United have lost 6 out of the 10 games they have played in all competitions this season. The torrid start has brought a lot of scrutiny and criticism from football experts and fans. The Red Devils manager Erik ten Hag is currently in his second season at the club. The Dutchman helped United end their 6-year trophy drought in his first season with Carabao Cup win. Furthermore, ten Hag guided the club back to Champions League football and fans expected better things this season. The 48-year-old has been a stern critic of United ownership along with the majority of the Red Devil supporters. The Glazers have faced several protests from the Old Trafford fan base since taking over the club in 2005. Neville has made many valid points, and United managers and players have struggled with off-field controversies and instability.